This is the last stage of casting the circle, step number 5, where you release the circle. So why do we release the circle? It allows the energy that you've raised to disperse. It's a good idea to release the elemental forces. You don't really want them hanging around because it can be a bit disruptive and a bit limiting. So you do want to release them and let them go and thank them. And yeah, clearing that energy so that the energy isn't lingering. Performing the release. Now, in modern times, there's 2 ways to release the circle. There's traditionally, so if the circle is released the same way that it's cast. So it's Deosil to build the circle. It's then Deosil also to deconstruct the circle or release the circle. That's how I learned it. More modern versions, they actually do it the opposite. So when they're releasing the circle, they'll actually go the opposite way, or Widdishins, to the way the circle was cast. I've done both. I've done it both ways to see what it's like, and quite honestly, I think I actually prefer it the original way that I learned it. But I can't say that I've noticed a difference really between the 2 different directions. The way that I learnt it was that it was released the same way that it was cast. It's the way I'm teaching it. So try both ways and see if you want to have a go at figuring out what works best for you. Try it and see. That's the best thing to do, is try both ways and see. But for the sake of this course, we will be releasing the circle the same way that it's cast. So performing the release. This is where you're going to learn the banishing earth pentagram. Again, I will show you, we'll give you a demonstration live as to what this looks like so that you can do it with me. So because we're banishing the element, we're going to be moving away from the element. So you start down the bottom at earth and you move up to spirit. Then you go down to fire, up to air, across to water, and back down to earth again. You are still having the vision of constructing a electric blue pentagram in the space before you. So even though you're banishing, you are still using the energy. You're still drawing the energy up and creating that banishing pentagram. So what you do is you do pretty much the same thing you did when you were casting the circle. You go to the east, you use the banishing earth pentagram this time, and you say, spirits of air in the east, thank you for attending the circle and watching over my right. Go in peace, hail and farewell. Or you may start it with hail and farewell. I tend to do that from habit, but this is another way that you can do it. You go to the north then, and you use the banishing earth pentagram. You say, the spirits of fire in the north, thank you for attending the circle and watching over my right. Go in peace, hail and farewell. You go to the west, use the banishing water pentagram. You say, spirits of water in the west, thank you for attending this circle and watching over my right. Go in peace, hail and farewell. And then lastly, you will go to the south, use the banishing earth pentagram, and you say, spirits of earth in the south, thank you for attending the circle and watching over my right. Go in peace, hail and farewell. And that's releasing the circle. Now in the demo, I don't say those exact words that are written here. I say, I think a shorter version actually, most likely because what I've written and what I could remember when I was actually doing the circle, I was basically just constructing the circle in the way that I would normally construct it and deconstruct it. So yes, next thing, I will show you how to do the banishing pentagram and then how to release the circle. Now I'm going to show you how to do a banishing pentagram. So because we're moving away from earth now, we go from earth back up to spirit, down to fire, over to air, over to water, and back down to earth. So we start with the left hip up to the top of the head, right hip, left shoulder, left hip. And again, going from earth to spirit, to fire, to air, to water, to earth. Up to spirit, down to fire, air, water, earth. I'm going to turn around so that you can do it with me. Starting with the left hip, up to spirit, right hip, left shoulder, left hip. Going up to spirit, fire, air, water, earth. Earth, up to spirit, fire, air, water, earth. And one more time, up to spirit, fire, air, water, earth. And once again, as you're drawing that invoking pentagram, that banishing pentagram, you will be imagining that there is a blue light that you're projecting out in the space in front of you. And even though you're banishing, you still want to be projecting that pentagram. And that's how you do a banishing pentagram. In this video, I'm going to show you how to release the circle. So heading towards the east again, we're going to do the banishing earth pentagram. Hail and farewell to the element of air in the east. I thank you for attending this circle. Hail and farewell to the element of fire in the north. I thank you for attending this circle. Hail and farewell to the element of water in the west. I thank you for attending this circle. Hail and farewell to the element of earth in the south. I thank you for attending this circle. And now the circle is released, and that is the end of the rite, and the end of the circle casting and releasing.